Hi everyone, this is Mermaid Oracle. Thank you so much for coming in to watch your video for January 2023. If you guys are interested in getting a personal reading with myself, you can go to my website, mermaidoracle.com. If you guys want to also follow me on social media, you will find that information down below in the description. So if you guys are interested in becoming a patron on my Patreon, you would find that information down below. All right, and without further ado, let's go ahead and watch your video. So we have in the bottom of the deck, Temperance reversed. And I feel like for you, Sagittarius, what this has to do with you as far as your overall theme for January 2023 is a regard to this extra time for healing. Because I've always said that Temperance to me was a very healing card, and this is what I love so much about the Fountain Tarot, which I did do an unboxing review. If you guys are interested in checking that out, you will find that on my YouTube channel or towards the end of the video. But the different shades of blues and greens and just connecting with your higher self really just, I feel like just the color and the visualizations just really embody especially when it's in reverse, it really embodies the need to connect with all of your chakras in order to regain all of your healing and all of that. And most especially with this card, the Nine of Wands in reverse right here in the bottom, this is really just talking to us about how we need that extra time for healing, because it seems like we are very tempted to run away from something or to skip out on something as well, or just in general we are not thinking and we're just running and running and doing and doing. It's funny because a lot of people are seeing you as just very confident and decisive, but I feel like there is this extra time needed, this extra time that needs to be taken to heal, to focus on ourself, to do some self-care and some self-love, because it seems like now this is the time with Six of Coins right here to balance things out, to see, okay, this is okay, this is good, this part of my life needs work. And doing these, seeing this Six of Coins kind of just reminds me of this whole like checks and balances that you might be doing coming into the month of January 2023. Checks and balances. Okay, maybe this aspect of my life needs work, or maybe this part of my life is doing really, really fine, and maybe this part of my life needs work, and maybe my children, maybe they're struggling with their grades. Regardless, and I feel like the challenge here is, first thing that came to my head was motivation. And I got more like motivation in the sense that I feel like in the aspects in which you need work on, or maybe areas that are really not your forte. Maybe dealing with your emotions or dealing with family problems, discussing family problems, or even going to therapy. Maybe things that you've possibly just tend to avoid or run away from. Those are the things that you need to address. The things you don't ever address. The things that you continue to avoid, maybe for months or weeks or years or even decades. Maybe something you continue to avoid to address is something regarding emotions, something that you have buried for so long, things that you just keep sweeping under the rug. Things that you continue to avoid. And you might continue to avoid having this card here as well in this reading. But the reason why this is all happening is because now this is the time of action. Now this is the time that we're going to be working on ourselves. And especially here, past and passing, the Page of Swords reversed. I feel like one issue in the past, for you at least, was at least talking about your problems or discussing your problems. And whereas now I feel like things are going to be changing. I feel like things are going to be a little bit more pleasurable and a little bit more ideal. I do see some of you guys might find new love. For some of you, I even heard hobbies, finding new hobbies or new interests or new things to spend your time with. But I'm seeing here that in the past, at least, when it came to emotions or addressing things or confronting things that maybe you tend to avoid or to address or to fix or to work on, you've had a really hard time approaching them or talking about them or discussing them. And this could be as simple as maybe discussing them with your therapist, or maybe even talking about them with your partner, discussing things with your partner, or regardless if it's things that are bothering you about your partner, or if it's just simply just opening up to your partner about your day, and or just becoming a completely vulnerable person. Or maybe that is the case. Maybe that is an issue. Maybe you are not a very vulnerable person. Maybe you don't like to talk about feelings or emotions. Maybe you're not very good at telling your friends and family, like, I love you, I care about you. You know, I care about you so much. You know, I love you so much. You know, I'm here whenever you need me, right? You know, I care for you. You know, I want the very best for you. Maybe just doing simple things is that. Just saying those things, little messages here and there at random, whether that's through text or in person, is a really hard thing for you. It could be something as simple as that. Hopes and fears. I do have 7 of Cups reversed. This is regarding decisions. So we will be making decisions here. We will be making decisions here. So I want to pull a card for this 7 of Cups reverse, and I also wanted to pull a card for this 8 of Wands reverse. So we saw a challenge here regarding the 8 of Wands reverse, and I felt that this was regarding motivation, and motivation because we are needing to work on things that are not really our forte. And maybe this is regarding emotional stuff, and maybe we don't like to deal with emotional stuff. And now having the 5 of Swords, maybe this is regarding conflict. I mean, we are going to be in Mercury retrograde, so maybe this is feeling motivated discussing something regarding an argument. Maybe before you just didn't talk about what bothered you or what you really wanted to talk about before. You just either kept your mouth shut or you weren't very nice about it. But hopes and fears, decisions, 5 of Coins reversed, decisions regarding... See, to me, the 5 of Coins or the 5 of Pentacles, when it's upright, usually has to do with a feeling of abandonment, right? Feeling abandoned, left out in the cold, being ghosted, right? That would be like, you know, the old school version of being ghosted. Now we can usually, this could be like the classic version now of being ghosted, right? Now being in reverse. When it's in reverse, this is where when we're coming out of that feeling. We're not feeling that way anymore. But maybe this is us not deciding to be the victim. Maybe this is us deciding that these painful experiences are not going to dictate us, because these were things we didn't discuss, things that lingered around, emotions that have lingered around, memories that have lingered around. But I see new love, I see new things coming in for you nonetheless, Sagittarius, and I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that you guys will be working on your emotions, or at least you guys will be coming to the realization that everything else in your life is fine, it's great. Now we can finally sit back and work on our inward self. And remember, healing doesn't have to be hard. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.